We're back live now at the ArtPrize Hub as we continue to tell you about the short list. Tonight is all about helping you decide what to see. We're telling you what the public likes and what the critics like as well. Throughout the show, we'll continue to give you the popular vote of the top 25 and where that stands. But first, we're going to talk about the top 5 for the three-dimensional juried award. Emily?
Three-dimensional work, art that occupies space, such as sculpture or installations, are eligible for this award. And joining us this evening now is Lisa Fryman from the Indianapolis Museum of Art. You're in charge of this award. This is a popular one, Lisa.
It should be. There are a lot of great entries.
Yeah, let's talk about the first one.
All right.
Collective Cover Project by Ann Morton at the UICA.
I loved Collective Cover Project. I thought it was a really intelligent way to expand fiber art and textiles into the realm of everyday landscape and conceptual art. The piece includes cast-off objects, intimate objects that people actually drop on the street, things that fall from a baby in a stroller when you're going to the grocery store, all of those kinds of things that we all remember losing at one time or another. And what the artist has done is really carefully identified them, picked them up, documented them, and then covered them in a fabric with a QR code that you can scan with your smartphone, and then it opens up into the web and a whole kind of photographic documentary project where you can see where the object was found, where the teddy bear or the shirt or the fake silk flower that's been disguised in some way. And it also essentially documents the same thing in each project with telling you what the news headline of the day was when it was found, talking about the phase of the moon, talking about the major pop songs that were important on the day. It has a way of sort of humanizing the fleeting things in the world that we all have in our lives and discount. And I thought that she really produced it and installed it in a beautiful way. That was quite compelling.
And a little bit of trash to treasure. Discarded things, lost things in a way?
There was a lot of that, I thought, throughout ArtPrize, in good ways and bad.
Yeah.
And I think that the trash to treasure an analogy is very important because that's something that artists have been doing for a long time since Picasso started doing collage around 1913 and was taking newspaper and cardboard and things that we throw out and making fine art out of it.
Incredible things. Okay. The next one, Habitat by Alois Kronschlager at the Site Lab at the Old Public Museum. It's also up for the 2D Juried Award, so we just heard about this.
Right, Tyler Green and I arm wrestled over it last night, but we decided that we could both include it. We both loved it, I think, for similar and different reasons. I was really mesmerized by the way that he used the site of Site Lab itself, and really intelligently dug out sort of all the associations of the Natural History Museum that many of us experienced as children in the 60s and the 70s, that sort of aesthetic that's dated now. And the way that he opened that up and allowed viewers to literally walk into the giant dioramas, removing the glass wall, letting people sort of walk into a moment of history, but also see the artifice of it with the peeling ceiling, and just sort of the surrealist interventions, these kind of completely bizarre interventions into these vitrines that we would expect to hold taxidermy, and having these abstract sculptures installed in the midst of them was really clever in the way that it played with display techniques between natural history museums and art museums.
Okay. More or Less by ABCD 83 at the UICA. It's a sculpture constructed entirely of found objects, reclaimed wood, and other objects.
Right. It also includes synchronized lights and sound and animation as well, video animation. Again, using trash from the streets, signage, old sort of antique-seeming broken pieces of signs from the past, and then reassembling them in odd, unexpected, and incredibly whimsical ways to create a whole world, a kind of streetscape that was then choreographed and synchronized with music and video, so that you would see, you know, the water and the tide flowing on the concrete floor of the room.
Yeah.
And
this is a fairly complicated piece to my eye.
it is, but the longer you stay with it, it has this wonderful pulsing sound to the music, which pulls you into it, and then the light does the same thing. And essentially, what happens is it creates a double landscape. One is a cityscape, and then the other one is completely like a mental mindscape or a dreamscape with the door that opens in the back through the video projection. And so for me, it was a beautiful, beautiful landscape.
Another one on your list, Mr. Weekend. This is by Mike Simi at Kendall College of Art and Design. This was once a robotic arm on the assembly line of the Chrysler plant. This one will catch your eye.
It was so fantastically weird. I mean, you know, on so many levels that I think just the notion of rehabbing a robotic arm from a Chrysler factory and turning it into a work of art, you know, who wouldn't be confused by that? But then turning it into a sock puppet who is addicted to art and speaking robotically in what seems like an endless loop. It's quite funny, but
15
also
feet tall.
Incredibly strange and wonderful.
Song of Lift by Martin van Wagdendonk at the UICA. It's 5 minutes long, fully automated, viewer sensitive. I thought this was interesting too.
This was a great piece that encouraged viewer participation. You have to put a quarter in if you want it enough. And you put the quarter in, and then it is a kind of carousel of mechanized birds that start flying in different sequences and light sequences as well, along with the soundtrack by Gorecki's Symphony No. 3, which is also called the Symphony of Sorrowful Songs. And it's an incredibly theatrical piece that is, to me, in many ways about the experience of spectacle and how much people enjoy to participate in that. But at the same time, I mean, it was quite like the way a movie manipulates an individual in the mist by the soundtrack and how it can make you cry or laugh. And but in the end, just the combination of the birds in flight and the song and the viewer participation and the need to sort of desire the piece in order to make it happen, it was really intense and beautiful, especially to watch the reactions of everyone in the audience.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Lisa Fryman, thank you for sharing your information with us.
Thank
Brad?
you.
It should be noted that some of the artists are in the audience right now, so a muted squeal of glee sometimes comes out of them. You may hear in the background. But let's take a look at more of the top 25 here in the popular vote, starting with Gravity Matters Little by Henry Brimmer. It's at Select Bank. The sculpture hangs on Monroe Center Avenue. Henry Brimmer is from East Lansing. Well, Heavy Metal Rock Band by Fred Concepcion. It's at the Bob. Fred is from Utah. Life in Wood by Dan Heffron. It's at the Bob as well. A fur seal carved from a single black walnut log. It took over 3,000 hours of carving to make it. He's from Traverse City. Norm by John Andrews, Barnes and Thornburg LLP. Dragon sculpture made of recycled materials on the corner of Monroe and Pearl. You can't miss it. It's pretty big. John Andrews grew up in Reed City, but he now lives in Florida. On Thin Ice by Justin Ledoux, Gerald R. Ford Presidential Museum. He used other people's trash. Seems to be a common theme here to create polar bear. Justin Ledoux is from Alma. Plexus number 18 by Gabriel Daw. It's at the Kendall College of Art and Design, made entirely out of brightly colored sewing thread, strung from anchor points aligned in rows in opposing parts of a room. She's from Dallas.
Brad. Time performance work. This is any performance, film, or video art. The critic for this award is Kathy Edwards, the director of performance programs at the International Festival of Arts and Ideas, a festival held each summer in New Haven, Connecticut. Last year's winner was Carolyn Young for her series of miniature video installations, Remember, Replay, Repeat. Kathy Edwards cannot be with us tonight, so we're talking to her assistant juror, Amy Wilson, from Dance in the Annex here in Grand Rapids. Amy, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So tell us your role as an assistant. How did this work?
Well, Kathy and I approached it as a real team effort.
Yeah.
So we hit the street running on Friday and didn't stop until Saturday night, and then spent a couple hours sitting and talking and going over what we like, playing devil's advocate, and really pushing and coming up with these top 5.
Let's take a look at them. Drawing Apparatus by Robert Hauser at the Graham, a drawing machine that uses turntables to create designs.
Yes, what we both loved about this piece was that it was very simple. And in its simplicity, it was still very mesmerizing the way the artist utilized these repurposed materials, these turntables, and the way that he was able to use the revolution of the records to attach this arm and kind of create these very geometrical, lovely designs. We also really liked the way that the pen sounded on the paper, and kind of made this really hypnotizing kind of scratching sound as it swirled around on the paper. And another thing that, even though it was a machine, basically, it still had a very human quality to it. The way the arm moved around was kind of a performance. So
Interesting, in your category, you're listening, not just looking.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Weekend by Mike Simi at Kendall College of Art and Design. This was once a robotic arm, as we talked about earlier, on the assembly line at a Chrysler plant. Now obsolete, the machine has been recycled into an artwork as a 15-foot tall sock puppet.
Yeah. And just to reiterate what Lisa said, it's just fantastically weird. What we liked about it, and as far as the time-based category goes, is that it was very performative. It was almost like Mr. Weekend was performing this monologue for us to kind of be pulled into. It was poignant and funny and ironic and kind of sad. And here was this huge looming 15-foot sock puppet that kind of was a little bit menacing, but at the same time it's a sock puppet, so like how bad could it be?
Right.
Right.
Public Museum by Gary Schwartz at the Site Lab at the Old Public Museum, animated stop-motion time-lapse installation.
Yes, this was a very haunting, or this is a very haunting and surreal, beautifully made film. And it's set back in the corner, and so you actually have to go in and sit down, and it's on a loop. And it really just kind of pulled both of us in, and we sat and we watched it a couple times into this whole different world, this whole secret world of this natural history museum. And the artist was able to use the objects and the artifacts that were just kind of left over from years and years ago to just really create this world, and also using the architecture of the building to really create this whole landscape of wonderful and surreal images.
I feel like your category could really draw in the public art critic, the public that doesn't care for art, isn't interested in art, doesn't have an interest in it. Can you talk to that?
Well, yeah, I think a lot of what we're seeing in this time-based category is very engaging, and so the audience really has to sit and spend time with it and not just kind of pass by and look at it. It really requires a little bit of time and thought to it, yeah, for sure.
Very good, okay. 3 Phases by Complex Movements, Site Lab at the Old Public Museum.
Yes, Complex Movements is a Detroit-based art collective. Just to name a few of the people, we have Wesley Taylor, Wajid, Invincible, Tiff Massey, AJ Manulian, and Carlos Garcia. And they've created this really multimedia installation that it's really important, like again, like what we were saying, to spend a little bit of time there. They use performance and design to kind of transform this space, and they also use a platform of social justice, using the city of Detroit as kind of a backdrop for creating these immersive sound and interactive technology, video and sculpture with photos laid on top of them and video laid on top of them. And what we also liked was the artists were using the space for workshops and for performances, and really engaging the Grand Rapids community.
Very good. Whole by Stephen Hildebrand, Kendall College of Art and Design.
Yes, this is another short film, so you really have to go in and sit and watch it. It's on a loop, so if you catch it in the middle, you can always catch it back in the beginning. We just thought that this, again, wonderfully weird world that we're brought into as you sit there and watch, it was beautifully executed by the artists involved, and it takes you kind of on this epic adventure. This family goes on cutting holes in their walls and their doors, and they're kind of crawling through these spaces and really actually not going anywhere. And another thing was the music. The music is very kind of dramatic and Hollywood-esque, and overlaid into this like really just home video.
When you talk about short films, how short, how long are we talking about? I'm sure it varies.
It varies, yeah. I think anywhere between like 5 and 12 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. All right, Amy Wilson, thank you for talking to us about this. I think this is really going to take some people who haven't been interested in ArtPrize, haven't been interested in art, and get them out there into downtown Grand Rapids to take a look at what's out there.
Yep.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
In the very least, to get to see a little bit of stuff that's wonderfully weird.
Yes.
You really do. We have a whole lot of ground left to cover here. We know half the popular 25 votes so far, so we'll give you the other half coming up next here. And we'll also reveal the top 5 for the best use of urban space, as well as the best venue. Stay with us. We have more coming here live from the Hub at ArtPrize.